We are Michelle, Phillip, Bean, and Hops, and together we are playing Hooky from Teaching. Come along on our adventures. This is going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. I just need to hop in here really quick, bring you back to present time. So what you guys are about to watch is our time there in Joshua Tree. Absolutely loved the Joshua trees and all the cactus. It was a lot of fun. However, as I started editing this video, a whole bunch of files ended up getting corrupted. So unfortunately I had about 18 files that just completely got messed up, which is why you guys didn't get a video last week, so I apologize for that. But yeah, that's just kind of how that happened. So to give you a little bit of an update, we're actually in Padre Island, Texas. So a little bit sunny, little wind right now, but yeah, it's been a good stay here. We're taking off in a couple days, so as you guys are watching this on Sunday, that's today. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy this video of our time in Joshua Tree. Yeah, I'm really bummed some of those clips are corrupted and I can't get them back, because there were at least 3 that were really cool. So I'm gonna continue trying to get those, and maybe eventually we'll shove them in a video. But anyway, thanks for checking out this video. So what's kind of cool about this week, besides the fact that we're hanging out with Joshua Trees, is we're also here hanging out with Michelle's parents. How are you? So actually what's super interesting about Joshua Trees is over the course of like hundreds and hundreds of years, this whole kind of environment has changed. What we read was actually when giant sloths roamed this area, they were actually the ones who took the seeds and traveled hundreds of miles and essentially spread them. They like ate them, digested, and then transplanted the seeds. But now, since there obviously aren't any giant sloths around, the seeds aren't traveling as far, which means as the climate changes, the Joshua trees are actually, like, their climate is kind of dwindling. I just now noticed this. Check out this line that runs like uniform. Yeah. That's so interesting. So on today's episode of Phillip Hikes.
You're not being obnoxious about it enough. There you go. That's more like it.
That's the thing of the brain that's up there. Cool. Oh, I know.
So this is a dam. There is a cattle company out here that was like Barker and Shea or something, and they made this dam to create an artificial lake to help water their cattle. So you can kind of see the water down there. I don't know if I drink that though.
Yeah. Yeah. Have fun. But that's what,
awesome.
like a dead cactus is, right?
Yeah, it's a cholla cactus.
So more of that tree that we found in Pinnacles National Park. It's the super smooth red bark mixed with the like rougher normal bark. So if we haven't figured it out by our Pinnacles video, if you know what that is, let us know, because it's like a really weird tree.
Pipe over here too.
Not a bad view. All right, it's super windy out here, but we're gonna go do Skull Rock. It's freezing. Okay, still super windy, so don't know if you can hear me, but we are at the Cholla garden. It's just a whole bunch of these really awesome cactus looking plants. Let's take a look.
So sneaky. Don't fall off the bridge. I wonder if this is like a wash and that's why it's raised. Are you ready for me to do it again?
No?
No?
What?
It's funny.
What are you doing?
Standing, waiting for you.
You were dancing.
I was clearly standing.
Bust a move.
My hat almost came off.
Nice. That's how much you like cactus, huh?
That's how much I'm trying to stay warm.
Alrighty, good morning. It is our last day here in Joshua Tree. It's a little different scenery. We're actually staying with Michelle's parents. They rented a house when they came down here. So yeah, let's go check out Joshua Tree for our last day. And then on to Vegas.
You're visiting Joshua Tree National Park, so you were expecting to find the Joshua trees, but then you were utterly delighted to find these otherworldly granite rocks.
Yeah.
I know that's my situation. Bubbling up from the Earth's core. If we had volcanoes in this area, that magma would have erupted as lava. But we don't have any volcanoes in this area, so instead, this molten magma bubbled up to the surface. Didn't quite make it. Sometimes it stopped from the surface miles down. And that's where it stopped and solidified this big, ginormous, igneous rock. Meanwhile, topside, well, the desert that we're now in right now was once a grassland savanna back in the Ice Age. When those mountains rose up because of the San Andreas Fault, which is just around the corner, the two North and Pacific lakes rubbing against each other created an uplift. When those mountains rose up, it created a rain shadow effect. All the weather, all the rain coming in from the ocean that dropped buckets in this area, creating that grassland savanna, now drops on the other side of the mountains. And so over a long period of time, this area turned into a desert. Plants, they hold soil in place with all the roots. As those plants dried up, erosion kicked into high gear. And all those rocks that have been laying in wait, once one level of soil was eroded, under the act of buoyancy, those rocks came to the surface. Meanwhile, erosion is still taking place. And so after a while, these rocks that had been this one giant rock were cracked and fractured, start weathering, and then they're held together with a little bit of soil. And once that soil erodes away, those rocks come tumbling down, which is what we're looking at. So this is a 100 million year process of weathering and erosion. For gold, and so this is the late 1800s, big gold rush. You start with one room, the family grows, you need to build more to it. Bit of a hoarder. Imagine you're out here, miles, days, journeys, sometimes weeks journeys from the nearest city. You don't have a Walmart. The intentions of living for 5 years and getting that free land, but after a season or two, they said, I'm calling it quits. It is way too hard out here. Not enough water, not enough food, just harsh living. Bill Keys would swoop in as a vulture and pick their site clean once they were gone. He thought, I'll take this, I'll just put this, that. So a lot of that is money, back wagon, and looking down, it would take them 3 days to get back. So again, it puts in perspective just how isolated. Break up the soil just to get anything to grow out. Manure, so he was a cattleman, so he had access to manure. What about the soil? I mean, that soil is nice. Any ideas?
There we go.
A variety of beds out here, the bed frames. Mill and Gibb. So mercury was used in addition to others, as we now know, very toxic. You don't want to handle that too much. Bill Keys, recognizing that if he's going to live to be an old man, maybe he should let other people do the work. So Bill Keys actually rented out his equipment to other would-be miners, and he said, I'll simply charge you a fraction of whatever you make, whatever you want. So Bill Keys was always smart enough to step aside and let other people do the hard work, and he would just make money.
Sculpted rocks. Alright, what are we doing, Michelle?
We are doing the Arch Rock hike.
What else?
It goes to Heart Rock.
You look bundled up. Aren't we in the desert?
It's cold. The desert is cold. It's not what I was promised.
Alright, let's go find some rocks.
Found one.
Alright, we found the arch. That's actually super cool. I think so.
Yeah, you should have just come down the way you came.
Yeah, that would have been easy.
Alright, Michelle, what are we doing?
We found Heart Rock.
It's right over there. I don't know if you can see it, but in that rock, somebody carved an arrow. So if you're looking for it, I guess look for the arrow. All right, so that is Heart Rock. I'm actually in the shadow of it now. Yeah, you know, it truthfully wasn't that difficult to get to. I would just check out some GPS coordinates. I'll actually put some right here, just so that you guys can find it. Unfortunately, somebody etched an arrow into another rock, so it's pretty easy to find. But yeah, pretty easy hike. Alright, thank you guys for checking out this week's video of our time in Joshua Tree National Park. Special shout out to Michelle's parents. Thank you guys for flying all the way down, coming in and hanging out on our journey. Also, thank you for the Airbnb. We really enjoyed having a full bedroom and a shower where we don't have to kind of monitor our water usage and, you know, dump all that water. That was awesome. We really appreciate that. But more importantly, we appreciated you guys coming down. So in next week's video, I guess in our timeline, we head to Vegas next, and then we head down to Arizona. So in Arizona, we're checking out Saguaro National Park. That video is going to be interesting because I'm trying to remember how much we actually filmed of this part, but we turned what was supposed to be a 2-day trip into a 1-day trip and had trailer problems and we had truck problems. It was about an 8-hour driving day, which is way more than we like to do, and just it was awful. So our time in Saguaro was really a lot of rest and recovery because mentally and physically we were just pretty well drained. So anyway, looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Thanks for checking out this week's video. See you next Sunday.